very good afternoon to you and a warm welcome to Africa. A warm welcome to the Horn of Africa. To be more specific, we are in the beautiful land that is Ethiopia. Your World of Champions brings you a battle between the table leaders, Fasil Kenema, and the 10th placed Mekalakia, with the boss Sayum Kebede and Johannes Saleh enjoying contrasting fortunes this early in the new campaign. And Johannes Saleh's judges will be hoping they can do that against one of the best forward attacking lines in the Best King Ethiopian Premier League. Of course, Said and Temesgen are whether throw the ball or to hold back, and by that time he had already dropped the ball. Abel Negash just failing to confirm. So then an interesting start, a dramatic one. Mekalakia looking to take the lead in the opening few minutes of this one. This is floated into the area slightly. First, Lidetu Getachew, the central defender who had come forward to add a couple of more yellow shots inside the Fasil Kenema box. It's going to be that kind of game. 5 defenders on one side, 4 on the other, 3 midfielders up against 3, and then you've got 2 attackers for Mekalakia, and Fasil have 3. Completely different tactics employed by both tacticians this afternoon, but both of them looking for a win.
Absolutely, both of them looking for a win. Currently in 10th position, Mekalakia could easily go to 4th position should they win this, and of course Fasil, on top of the table, would want to leave this city or this town a champion. So again, for them, they're going to go to 18 points. No other team in the league can get to that point.
This is from Lidetu, brought into the area. This time Samaka Mikhail will not worry. It was slightly wild. Nyambele and Abel Negash will be the 2 major targets for this Mekalakia side. They form the front 2 up front that is almost feared by any backline, to be fair. Nyambele has already scored 2 goals this season, and of course just 1 goal for Abel Negash. That crucial strike against Zebeta. And got them their 2nd victory of the campaign after seeing themselves pick up another victory 1-0 against Arbamij at the beginning of the campaign. And since then, they have just picked up 1 more victory against Bahirja, but it's mainly been a couple of defeats and draws, which is something I'm very sure Johannes Saleh will try to change today. This is Koulibaly being put under early pressure. It's going to be that kind of style for this Mekalakia side, trying to pack the midfield with Dawit Mamo once again joining Nyambele and Abel Negash, or Girum Hargos joining in as well, but every time they lose possession, then you have a huge pack through the center to defend in numbers. Not rightly so. They're up against Fasil Kenema team that are not just the defending champions, but have some very fast technical players up front. Here is one of them. Zabu Meleyu trying to have a touch through the center, quickly losing possession. Picked up again by Yared Bai, who is playing with Koulibaly Kedar in the central defense for Sayum Kebede's side. Yared Bai is expected to be on the plane to Cameroon for the Africa Cup of Nations, alongside a couple of other superstars from Shimket Guksa to Yun Endeshaw. It's the final match day before Africa's biggest footballing extravaganza. And Wobetu Wabate, just like most of those players out there, know this will be their final chance to try and be on the traveling party.
It's all about fitness. It's all about fitness. Most of these players, of course, their fitness levels are being judged at this point in time, whether they're really, really ready. Because Ethiopia will be facing Cape Verde on the 9th of January 2022, and therefore meet the hosts Cameroon on 13th of January 2022. And of course, that last game will be against Burkina Faso on the 17th. So everyone on this pitch wants to be part of the cherry.
9th of January, watch out for that one. Here comes Fasil trying to come forward. Another attack coming off Shimket Kiksa. Just not enough to try and release Alem Birham Yigzo. They're always marauding. Alem Birham likes moving forward always from his defensive role and joining in with the attack to try and help out either Shimket Guksa or Bereket Desta up front. He's once again doing a good defensive role through the center. By the setup we've seen this afternoon, Fasil Kenema do know they've got to keep possession and slowly, progressively break down this Mekalakia side. Otherwise, they're going to be forced in a couple of long balls, which Alex Tesema, Ibrahim Hussein, and Lidetu Getachew will very easily clear.
Absolutely. I think they need to play like somebody who owns a chicken farm, or throw some maize just around so that to invite the Mekalakia side get into those maize, and then once they come into there, they provide an open space for you to be able to attack, whether offensively or through the center.
You're comparing the defense forces to birds. Oh, Gilbert Selebwa, you will be in trouble, my friend. This is Amsaru making a run through the center. Possession is eventually picked up by Lidetu, who has since shifted into the defensive role in the midfield. So when they have possession, they actually are forward the back. Is Lidetu who comes in to join Larry Emmanuel, Dawit Mamo, and Girum Hargos. Let's see how Johannes Saleh's tactics will operate this afternoon. Just when you thought that Fasil Kenema were going to come back and roll over everyone this season, they really are going to fight for their crown. Ihunende Show out wide, looking for Msalu Telahon, who's got support with Bereket Testa. He's got the press. Here is Bereket Testa, twisting and turning, trying to beat Lidetu. He's got no support with him, but finally Msalu joins in. Can he find him? Brings the one into the area instead. Ibrahim Hussein will find this very easy to clear. Back to Msalu, who has a chance to bring this one in again. That wall is a touch of Afolabi. Okiki Afolabi almost made something out of absolutely nothing. That easily could have been the opening goal for Fasil Kenema.
That is quality delivery. Quality delivery. You have two players right around Okiki Afolabi. None of them going close to him, and what a header. Just missing that post by a whisker.
He will be a man under pressure. Okiki Afolabi did come into the starting 11 and has since been a mainstay, replacing Fikadu Alemu. Very important to see how he manages the next few games. He certainly has one goal so far this season. Hasn't managed to double his own advantage. Fikadu Alemu doesn't make the bench today for today's game as well, so probably more pressure on the big man from Nigeria. Nyambele, everything Mekele make almost goes through him. He's the creative player through the center, always wants the ball. Unfortunately for him, he's already missed a penalty this season, but he'll be obviously so professional enough to overcome that incident and know it is a completely different 90 minutes for Johannes Saleh's side. Do you think Mr. Ubetu has already concluded his traveling party, or he's still keeping a couple of places open?
Well, I know that down deep in his mind, he has already made up the kind of players that he's going to use. The only uncertainty is that Ashalau Tamene, who plies the straight alongside Jared Bai, not even on the bench. And of course, Surafe Denyachu, part of his squad, but also not on the bench. That could be a big worry for him.
Surafe Denyachu did come on in Fasil Kenema's last game, the 0-0 draw against Bayerja. Was injured prior to that, so we shall have to confirm with the medical team at Fasil Kenema on why he doesn't make today's team, or whether he's being settled to have more treatment and prepare for the Africa Cup of Nations. He's certainly a very crucial player for the Warriors. Kuyacham, Cheshome, Velachu, and likes of Geza Handball Guda, Hermias Hailu, Johannes Mengistu, some of these on the Mekelekaya bench. And of course, Sayum Kebede doesn't have many mentionable players that have played many games this season, apart from obviously Saidi Hussein, who has played about 369 minutes this season, and Samuel Johannes, who has played 219. Apart from that, it's only Abel Eyayu who's played just 10 minutes this season. So there's a couple of players on that bench that just haven't tested action this season. He is a very experienced tactician, a journeyman as well. If he can win it this season, he will have won his third Bet King Ethiopian Premier League. This is Okiki, allowed to turn inside the area, rushing in to try and find a clear pass towards Clement Boy, but he's stopped by Lidetu. Very, very hard to go past Lidetu and Alex Tesema, two of the toughest tackling defenders in the league, certainly. So Okiki Afolabi is going to have a real day. A very hard 90 minutes on his hands. This is Shimket Kutsa bringing this one into the area, looking for a pressure touch. It's out wide to Koulibaly, who brings this one in, and only the yellow sharks seem to be closer to the ball. So not the best of crosses from the Fasil Kenema central defender. The referee has blown his whistle because we have a man on the floor. Bit of treatment then. This will give both sides a bit of a breather to try and replan. Certainly you can't say any of these two sides has been in control as we look at the last 9.5 minutes.
Not yet. Because that is a complete foul on Girum Hagos. Of course, a high boot, you would say, from Koulibaly Kadir. I've already noticed that any time that Fasil have the ball
against one of the best forward attacking lines in the Best King Ethiopian Premier League. Of course, Seed and Temesgen are giving you good options as well in Amharic commentary. As we look at that early chance in the opening few minutes, a huge defensive mix-up for the defending champions. What on earth was Mikael doing?
Oh, he wasn't ready to throw that ball, and I think he must have had two minds, whether to throw the ball or to hold back, and by that time he had already dropped the ball. Abel Negash just failing to confirm.
That to Amsaru, who has a chance to bring this one in again. That ball is a tackle for Folabi. Almost made something out of absolutely nothing. That easily could have been the opening goal for Fasil Kenema.
That is quality delivery. Quality delivery. You have two players right around Okiki Afolabi. None of them going close to him, and what a header. Just missing that post by a whisker.
Twisting and turning. He's got support from Giksa. Finds him. Brings across into the area to Afolabi. The punch. He's off Clement Boy to the edge of it with Yoon and the show. He's trying to strike this one, and he just didn't get the power behind that strike. Clement Boy easily picks this one up.
Well, this is where you have to identify your player. Close him down. He's getting closer to your box. You need to close him down. It's not just about having numbers behind the ball. Mekalakia are giving a lot of space to the strikers on the opposite side, Fasil Kenema, to have a vision towards goal. Arbamich and also Addis Ababa.
Spinian Bele trying to find space with Dawit Mamo. They are targeted with Abel Negash, who has possession now. Abel Negash! Oh, big save. Another opportunity for Girum Harkos at the edge of the box. Almost fell to Abel Negash again. What a save from Mikael. They haven't had that many chances, and they could easily have opened the scoring here in Hawassa this afternoon. The Fasil Kenema defense, ball coach, ball watching for a moment. Watch a chance for the shots 21, Abel Negash. He's in the starting 11 today because Kutu Emmanuel is injured, and easily could have taken his chance and not just scored Mekalakia's opening goal today, but also scored his second of the campaign. To Shimket Kuksa, who has 3 to beat, brings it through the center. He was looking for a crucial touch. So it's a handball, and the referee, Lydia Tafese, is suggesting that will be, I think, a free kick. That touch is inside the box.
It's a penalty.
It is a penalty. With support of Bereket, goes through the center, finding Okiki Afolabi, who is looking to turn out wide to Alan Birham, trying to bring this one into the area, and it's a penalty. Lydia Tafese has pointed to the penalty spot. Fasil Kenema should have had a penalty at the end of the first half, and now have gotten one at the beginning of the second. Here he comes. He's right-footed. Right by! It's it! Fasil Kenema tackle the lead of Yarebai. Just minutes in the second half, and Seyom Kebede's Chargers are on their way to maximum points in Hawassa this afternoon. This is Samuel Johannes. Back to Yihun. Chance to cross this one into the area. Takes the long one to Samuel Johannes. Was looking for a return ball. The big man was rushing into the area. There was a couple of crucial clashes in there. Clement Boy, by the time he rushed off his line, his defense had already done just enough.
It's a good way. It's a good way just to chip the ball right over the defenders coming out, and that continued run by Samuel Yohannes. Of course, he was not decisive. There was some, that is Dawit Worko, just coming in at the nick of time when he was just about to take a shot, and he puts his life on the way and saves them from further flashes. 4 players in the midfield and 2 players at the top.
Here comes Shimkit Guksa, bring this one into the area, looking for Folabi. The clearance is off Ibrahim Hussein, who stood firm. Otherwise, this could have been goal number 2 for Fasil Kenema. A good run out wide. Dawit Mamo beaten by Shimkit Guksa. And that's it. The full-time whistle has been blown by Lydia Tafese. It's been a tricky game, not the fastest of fixtures. Seyom Kebede will be happy that his side have picked maximum points, because at full time, Fasil Kenema